Welcome to the Mobile Noble channel. I'm your host, MB, your crypto soul brother from another mother, here to keep sanity from the hype and the drama. And on this day here, a beautiful Monday morning, midnight to be exact, for this recording, July the 14th here, and beginning of what's supposed to be a crypto week here. And well, before we get here, let me quickly go through a couple things. Been a minute since my last crypto update. We've went through the pausing of World War Snore, and we've also went through the drama of the tariffs, which at the very least is not scaring people away from riskier investments such as crypto, which means as of this recording right now, Bitcoin is in all time high territory at just under 120,000. It hasn't reached 120,000 yet. It's at 118.6K. It has touched 119,000 before it dipped back down to where we at now. And Ethereum is also threatening to break cleanly past 3K. It touched 3K earlier on a Sunday. But this is where we at in the markets. And reason for that, there's a lot of bullish momentum going upwards here, starting with, and also XRP here is at 281, which is probably one of the things I'll start off with. One of the things that today is kicking off is the fact that I've been talking about this ISO 20022. This is a thing that's basically a standard for Fedwire fund system in the U.S. Yeah, this basically supposed to be something that implements into the payment systems. And the big thing about it, it implements to the current payment system. It also implements tokenized assets along with cryptocurrency. So tokenized assets could be tokenized gold, it could be tokenized silver, uh, and also stable coins as well, which I will get into a bit more. Tokenized assets, we already do have tokenized gold, which is Pax Gold. I've talked about it a couple times. But yeah, we this is supposed to be a big thing here. I've talked about this. There's several cryptocurrencies that's already taps into it. One of which is XRP through the Ripple net, to be exact, and Stellar, which is the twin cousin of Ripple, and XFin, another known project. Another project is Algorand. That's another one to keep in mind as well. That's one I've mentioned before. And also the other thing while we're talking about Ripple, there's a couple other things. Well, number one, the appeal by the SEC that should possibly drop sometime soon. They should be dropping their appeal soon since they've been seemingly trying to get off of this case with XRP as well, at least with this administration. And that's something that should be moving on as well here. As well as ETFs. We already have an ETF, which is not a spot ETF. So once that drops, then there should be spot ETF on the way sooner than later. But more also very important is the fact that this would lead into something that would implement to the greater scheme of the crypto market, not just XRP, and that would be the Genius Act. This is something I want to talk more in depth with here, but namely, this is something that is become a bipartisan effort outside of a few disgruntled Dems led by Elizabeth Warren, I believe Maxine Waters as well. There's quite a few Dems that's joining in with the GOP. This has been passed by the Senate a couple of weeks ago, and it seems like this should glide right through the House as well. So, yeah, this should be passed through Congress within the within a couple weeks here, if not this coming week. So, yeah, this will basically regularize stablecoins, regulate stablecoins, uh, and there's a lot of critique on the iffiness of it. Will this give way for bailing out certain folks that's bad actors in the stablecoin market of the U.S. or whoever decides to adopt stablecoins? But at the same time, with the way stablecoins are, uh, you when you have oversight on auditing of USDC and RLUSD and a couple other US based stablecoins. Uh, this this should really help things out, and I do believe PayPal has one too. PYUSD as well. There's actually quite a few well-regulated stablecoins already. There's going to be room for debate, but this should certainly help things out and probably be bad news for the stablecoin Tether, which is another thing for debate here. But it's not just me saying that, this is also the Wall Street Journal that says this as well, as this would, as I said, this would involve auditing and looking into possible risky practices or taking the covers off of any risky practices. And this is the one thing a lot of us were wary of when it came to Tether, which at the moment is the biggest stablecoin at this moment, although it has fell behind to number four now that XRP has jumped up in value here. Yeah, that has jumped back to number four. But anyway, this is one of those things here that we've been very wary of here, and well, that's something that is a guillotine to be dropped in the coming months here in my mind. One more thing, while the markets are up and Bitcoin is hitting all-time high and altcoins has not hit their all-time highs yet, uh, the thing about it here, going using a sample size of $10,000 invested in Bitcoin versus 10,000 altcoins back in May of last year in 2024. Uh, as we see here, altcoin challenge is up a few $1,000s over Bitcoin here, 21,000 to 17,000. So 10,000 invested in altcoins got you a profit of 12,000 here, and versus 7,000, almost 7,500 for Bitcoin. So not too shabby for Bitcoin here. And things will continue to improve as we expect Bitcoin to possibly hit between 125 to maybe 130, maybe even a little more than that, depending on how things go. But again, my main thing is altcoins being led by XRP as the best performer, up 350%. This should really, really, this will be no contest here once they start hitting their all-time highs here. Um, I won't even get into the numbers or speculation on that. But yeah, that here, and which is also why I also like to look at a basket of other altcoins, many of which I am not invested in, but I do believe many of these will blow up in value as well here. Well, everything except Pax Gold, which is pegged to a value of gold, and Ripple USD, which is a stable coin, but everything else I have on this list I believe may blow up in value. Again, not financial advice, just my speculation here. And oh, as of this recording, we are well above 120,000. We're at 121,000. Um, yeah, this is about 12:29 as of this recording. So this is exciting times here. We already hit all-time highs here. So happy days here, and this will continue upward here. So as we close down on this here, well, folks, crypto market is blowing up as we speak here, and I am all here for it here, especially when things shift from Bitcoin to altcoins here. So probably might do this on a beginning and ending weekly basis here. But yeah, please feel free to like and subscribe if you like the content I'm dishing out here. Also, check out my links in the description for, at the very least, just download a crypto wallet if you're thinking about buying crypto. Please hodl into a wallet. Uh, I do link to description links for exchanges, but I more so say use those for buying crypto. Do not hodl your crypto in there. Be safe in these crypto streets. And once again, thank you again for hanging around. This is, well, this is it. Peace.